Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be a little book tag I created a while ago where we question ourselves, would we want to reread a book if it were to be written by a different author? I feel like it's going to be an interesting one because I wrote down a bunch of authors' names that I either love or can't stand on purple papers, and then a bunch of book titles that I either once again love or hate, and we're gonna see. I feel like it's an interesting one for sure. So let's pick one of each, hopefully. Okay, so would we want to read Blood Over Brighthaven, which is my best book of last year? It's being republished and coming out on the 29th of October. If you have yet to pre-order it, do it. So would I want to pre-order it right now if it were to be rewritten by Matt Haig? Ooh. I mean, no offense to Matt Haig, I have enjoyed his books, but probably not. I mean, I probably would try it out of curiosity, but I don't think it would hit the same. I don't think it would hit the same. He doesn't tend to write high fantasy. My favorite book by him is definitely The Humans, but probably not. Maybe I would get it from the library just to try it, but I don't have high hopes for that mix. One of each. Would I want to reread Gone Girl if it were to be written by Becky Chambers? I don't think it's the same. Once again, I think out of curiosity, maybe I would get it from the library, but I don't have high hopes. Gone Girl is obviously, everyone knows Gone Girl, right? The movie, psychological thriller, a very much of a revenge story, female rage, good for her kind of story. And Becky Chambers tends to write really wholesome books, very inclusive, kind of sci-fi. There's no way. I mean, again, out of curiosity maybe, but I don't think so. We're gonna try to find like the best one we can think of, but that would not be the best one for sure. Would I want to reread I Who Have Never Known Men, which is my favorite book of 2 years ago? I don't think I've ever managed to make this many people read a book than this one. This is just amazing. So would I want to read or reread it if it were to be written by Brandon Sanderson? Yeah. I think his strength is definitely adult fantasy, and this one is like a bit more speculative fiction than his usual style, but I would read it. Yeah, I don't think there's many books that I wouldn't want to read by him if he writes like a YA fantasy maybe, but I don't think it would hit the same, but I would. Would I want to read A Little Life? Oh gosh. Written by Jane Austen. Yes, I guess so. I mean, I don't think once again this is gonna she would be concerned. She would be concerned. I feel like she tends to write kind of funny commentaries, which I don't think A Little Life is really the place for it. So I don't think this would be a good book, but I think I would still read it out of pure curiosity, but definitely not the best book. So far, the Brandon Sanderson one is the one I would try the most, but we have yet to find our hit book. So, Part of Your World, which is a cute little romance books I read this year. I actually liked it. And would I want to reread it? Written by Murakami. No. No, that book, Murakami. No. You would manage to make, okay, you have to understand that Part of Your World, the main male character is for once an actual good guy. I feel like I've read so many popular romances and I didn't understand the hype because often they do something stupid. And like 99% of the time it's the main male character. And I'm like, why are we rooting for him? Like I don't. If she was my friend, I would tell her to dump him. And Murakami manages to make everything creepy, compares female characters to children or babies, especially during the spicy scenes. And he would manage to make him creepy. This is by far the worst one we've done so far. To be fair, it probably would have been creepy for anything I would have picked for him, but especially a romance. Like, he's a good guy for once. I loved him. So, one of each. The book is My Brilliant Friend, which is one of my all-time favorite series ever. If you like historical fiction, contemporary, you need to try this. Would I want Octavia E. Butler? No. Don't get me wrong, I love her. I've read almost all of her books. I'm on my way to reading all of them, but no. She writes sci-fi too. There's no. I did not think I would say no to her, but no. I don't want to read that. I'd probably try it, but I don't want to read that. The Night Circus. That book had so much potential. I think what happened is that I kept hearing people saying there was a battle between two magicians, and then it was the least interesting version of that ever. So would I want to read Abby Jonas' version? Yes. Yes. She writes, once again, romance books. She's the author of Part of Your World. Yeah. Yeah, I would actually. She would manage to make this an actual cute romance. They would have dysfunctional families. It would be a lot less world building, and I wouldn't even say Night Circus is world building. It's definitely just vibes. Yes, I would read that. I would. I would. Obviously, the prose of that book would not be the circus and the writing, but the story would be so much better. I said what I said. I mean, one author. But I want to read it if it were to be written by Emily Henry. No. No, come on. No. Would I try it? Maybe. First off, it would be a lot less long because Stephen King knows how to yap, but she writes romance books and I like them. But like it, I mean, at least we would avoid that scene at the end, which, ew. No, come on. Would it be a romance? The clown? No. I've been picking the weirdest mix so far. Okay. Would I want to read The Housemaid? That was an awful book. If it were to be written by Frida McFadden, the actual author. Let me pick another one. Because no, I wouldn't read it. I did, and I would not reread it. Okay, different author. R.F. Quant, yes. She doesn't write mystery thrillers, but one, the writing would actually be good, and maybe the story would be better. Yes. I'm not super hopeful. She does not have a lot to work with, but yes. Hopefully she would manage to make it more interesting, which the bar is low. She could. Would I want to read Ms. Bourne if it were to be written by Emma Wong? Yes. I feel like the bar is high because it's such a popular series, but she has quickly become one of my favorite authors. Again, she wrote Blood of a Bright Haven, The Sword of Kaijin. Yes, I would. I would trust her, actually. This would be, I mean, it's fantasy and she writes fantasy. So, like, so far, I think this is the best mix we've made, like the most natural mix. I could see her do that. When I wanted to reread Book Lovers, a romance book by Emily Henry, if it were to be written by Gillian Flynn, the author of Gone Girl. Oh my god. Yes. I don't know how she would do it, but see, she tends to write about messed up family relationships, like messed up people. And Book Lovers is a trip between these two sisters, their last trip, because, you know, the sister will have to settle down after. And they go to this small little town on a trip of lifetime, and there's this enemies to lovers boy. So, yes, it would completely change the genre, but yeah, to be fair, she does not write enough books. She hasn't written a book in forever. So yes, I would read that happily. Yeah, it would change the book completely, but I'm all for it. Would I want to read Ice Planet Barbarians? I don't even care who the author is. I want to read it. This is a spicy book, the first one I've ever read, and it left a mark. So author, Blake Crouch. No, I take it back. I don't want to read that. No, no. Okay, to be fair, Blake Crouch, I have enjoyed some of his books like Dark Matter, Recursion, the Weirwood Pine series, but his strength is thrillers. They keep you up at night. You want to finish them. Like it reads like a movie, but his weakness is by far his characters, especially female characters, and this is a spicy book. How is that supposed to make me feel things when he can't write a female character? So this is really disappointing. That book could have been such a good answer. And this is the worst. I mean, the only thing worse would have been Murakami. No. Ah, that's disappointing. Would I want to read Garden Spells, which I've been calling Practical Magic 2.0. It's so similar. It's the best vibes if you're looking for something to read during the fall, which is small town family. It's cute. I loved it. Would I want to read that if it were written by Erin Morgenstern? No. Don't get me wrong, I think she would really do justice to small town, the vibes, the magical apple tree in the backyard, but she would make it I know some people love her, but I think it would be a vibe. I do think she could do it, but I don't think I would like it nearly as much. So, okay, what I want to reread, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Good book, good story, but the ending was not the strongest. So maybe the other author can fix that. John Scalzi. Oh no. I mean, yes, I would read it. The thing is, John Scalzi tends to write the same character over and over again because of same dad humor. But I would want to read. Actually, I would want to read this. It would once again change the vibes because this was more serious. Like, main character wakes up and they don't recognize their body and they have to solve a murder mystery because every night Evelyn Hardcastle dies and he's trying to piece things together. He has, 8 days to do it. Every day he wakes up in a different body, doesn't know who are the enemies, who are the allies, who are his other bodies. Like, it would make it funny. Actually, you know what? I actually really want to read that. Yeah. I don't think he has written any mystery thrillers, but like, yeah, yeah, I would read that. I would. Not the most natural mix, but you could do something with that. I want to read Le Comte de Monte Cristo if it were to be written by Riley Sager. No, absolutely not. To be fair, I probably would say that to anything for him. But there's no way he can write, like, I don't know how many pages it is in English, but in French, the version I had was 2 books and it was like 1,400 pages. And he would manage to make the few female characters there dumb. I know it's the latest book he has written from a male point of view, but all of the other ones prior to that made me just never want to read anything about him because, again, the story would always rely on them being super dumb. So I don't want to read this. I don't think he could, but I still wouldn't want to read this. Would I want to read The Sparrow, which is what I've been calling A Little Life in Space. So, yeah. Written by Frida McFadden. Right, I put her back. No. No. There's no way she can... See, this is a very character-driven story. You have humanity listens into space. They hear this signal from aliens. They send a group of people on a mission, and it's like a religious expedition because they're the only people that had the money and could quickly send people. And a lot happens, and there's no way she can write decent characters. I've only read one of her books, but clearly it's left its mark. So no. Approaching the end, there's not many left. So would I want to read The Kite Runner if it were to be written by V.E. Schwab? I mean, I would try it, but she writes fantasy, sci-fi kind of books, like superhero, or no, it's the opposite. Villains or magical powers with character that are morally gray sometimes. I don't know. I don't think this is her cup of tea, but I would try it. But it wouldn't be great. I don't think. I mean, don't want to be rude. That's definitely not her cup of tea. Okay, I'm shaking. There's not much to shake. There's like 4 papers left. Is that too odd? Nope, perfect. Would I want to read Pride and Prejudice if it were to be written by John Steinbeck? I mean, I would try it. I don't think it would be quite the same because I didn't love his female characters in it. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the strength of the book. And like, you need to have the subtlety to get Pride and Prejudice, right? People say the female gaze, does it exist or not, whatever, but you get that in Pride and Prejudice. And I'm like, I'd try it, but no, I don't think we've created a lot of masterpiece in this video so far. So last but not least, would I read The Popular, written by N.K. Jemisin? Yes. Yes. She writes fantasy. This is fantasy. Yeah. Yeah, I would try that, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Would it be amazing? I don't know, but I would try it. Yeah. That's pretty safe bet, though. I feel like the one I'm the most curious about is definitely Book Lovers, written by Gillian Flynn. But I think the best version we would find would be the Brandon Sanderson one. Which one was he? You know what? We're going to do it again. Part 2. Because we can be so many mix. So, nope. There you go. So would I want to read The Housemaid Can someone salvage this? By Jane Austen. I mean, yes, but I think it would have to be a completely different story. Like Housemaid, in her style, I would check it out. Yes. But it would change everything. She would have to. So, yes, but different book. Completely different book. Would I read The Puppy War, written by John Steinbeck? No. No. Would I read I Who Have Never Known Men, written by Blake Crouch? No. Ah! I take it back, but there's a huge asterisk here. If he were to write the same topic, I feel like he would finish and give us answers. I'm trying to be vague to not give spoilers, but I feel like one of the way it's written right now, I Who Have Never Known Men, is definitely like questioning yourself of what is left of humanity when we have nothing, when there's only hope, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just a lot of introspection, and he would not do that. He would not do that. But if you were to start with the same starting point, I think there's potential here. It could be good, but my opinion on his books is definitely 50-50. So, like, I would be curious. I would try it, but it would be a completely different book. Would I read The Night Circus by R.F. Kuang? Yes. He would actually make it into the whole, like, a battle between two magicians. Yes. Yes, absolutely. I would read that. She would be so good for that. The Count of Monte Cristo by Matt Haig. No. He tends to write about depressed characters, right? Trying to find meaning of life. I'm not sure. I mean, the Count does, but like it's more of a revenge story. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm sure you could do something with it, but I don't think so. Would I want to read Miss Bourne, written by Emily Henry? No. I mean, it wouldn't be about overthrowing the empire anymore. It would be the romance, which, like, no. It's too much about world building. No. Would I want to read It, written by Brendan Sanderson? Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't write horror, but I think, once again, we would get a lot less of the characters, the build-up, the depth, which, again, the strength of Stephen King, like the fear, the childhood fears. But the ending would be good, because Sanderson is known for his ending, and he is known for horrible endings. So, yeah, actually, yeah. It would be completely different. The strength would be different, but I'd read that. Would I read Part of Your World by Octavia E. Butler? No. No, we have not been lucky with her. I love her, but no. She can't write a romance book. No, thank you. The Seven and a Half Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, written by Gillian Flynn. Yeah. I mean, it would be completely different once again, but yes. Yes. 2 out of 2 for her. We're on a roll. Yes, I would read that. Yeah. I am so curious what your answers are going to be. Definitely let me know your best remix, because I want to know. Would I want to read Ice Planet Barbarians? This is our second shot. We need to get something good. So, Murakami. Really, this isn't meant to be. I want something good. Murakami. No. It wouldn't be funny bad. It would just be awful. You can't write a decent female character. You would make those spicy scenes so creepy. No, I don't want to read that. Oh my god, this is by far the worst one. No. Would I want to read The Sparrow by Frida McFadden? No. There's no way she can write the anguish, the depth of character. No. I'm actually getting angry. These are some awful mix. Blood of a Bright Haven. Again, pre-order this book. I'm not being paid to do this, but like Becky Chambers? I would read it, but again, she tends to write more character-driven stories, and this is more, it's a mix. It's a mix. So I can see it. She doesn't write fantasy, but I'd give it a shot. I don't think it's going to be wholesome the way she writes wholesome books, but I guess. Would I want to read Book Lovers, written by V.E. Schwab? Not really. I mean, I'm sure some people would try it, but not really. Not really. I feel like I've become more picky with the books I pick up lately, which is good. Would I want to read The Kite Runner? The emotions in his books. Written by N.K. Jemisin. She needs to write more fantasy sci-fi, but could she add some elements? Yeah. I don't think it's going to be... She would have to add fantasy elements in there, I feel like, but not really, but maybe. Gone Girl. Written by John Scalzi. No. No. I feel like I said, you write funny characters, and like you write sci-fi, and they're not wholesome necessarily, but the tone is lighter, and like Gone Girl is so serious. No. No. Would I want to read Pride and Prejudice? Written by Emma Wong. Yeah? No? I mean, I would try it. I would try it. I don't think it's going to be a favorite, but I'd try it, I guess. Would I want to read Garden Spells? Sweet Little Witches, written by Abby yes. Abby Geminis. Yes, she writes romance. So, yes, I would. I would. I'd try that. Yeah. Would I read A Little Life by Stuart? I feel like a lot of people would read that, actually. They would, but I wouldn't, because I'm feeling very over Stephen King. I think I'm going to read the ones I have already on my shelves and then phase them out, but I think a lot of you would actually read that. And then we have My Brilliant Friend, written by Erin Morgenstern. No. This is a strong no. She would ruin it. I mean, I don't hate her books, but like her writing style would not go. No. No. She writes whimsical stories, and this is like facts of life. This is like, no. I feel for this round, nothing is like number one, but I would read Garden Spells by Abby Geminis, because that would be still a cute romance. You do have Gillian Flynn with The 7.5 Deaths. That would be a cool mix. Or R.F. Kwan writing The Night Circus. I think those are 3 books that I would read. I would read those. And I know you messed up people would read Stephen King rewriting A Little Life. I would need to know in the comment section which remix you would absolutely read, especially if I disagree with it. If I said no and you're like, you know what, that would be absolutely amazing. I'm curious. I hope you enjoyed this fun little book tag. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out, including my last Read It or Unhaul It video. And I did do a video about popular books that I think are worth the hype, so definitely check those out, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.